And Sukhdeep Singh, both exciting players. They are expected to go as hard as they can initially with a new ball, but there was no spin at all. So tighten your seatbelt, and it's going to be a very, very, very good chase if they chase it. And Nepalis have got trend bowlers straight and as mean as possible to restrict Kenya from getting there.
Yes, Kennedy, we've seen a good display of batting from Nepal to get to 175. Kenya require 176 at a run rate of 8.8 runs per over. So from the onset, Kenya need to step on the gas, as it were.
100% Steve, well said, step on the gas, but is it the one like we used to have Sandeep Patel telling us, hit but watch? So do you hit, do you watch? There we go, quite exciting. St. Paul bowling from the commentator's end. And there we go, fast ball, Collins of Weir is going to face, and St. Paul is going to have the ball on his hands. And there we go. What a start from Kenya. They run the first one quick. Will they get the second one? Good running from Collins. That's what you want to see more. Well done. What a start. 2 runs from Kenyans. St. Paul has given room. He's picked 2.
Collins starts off well. Short outside off stump. Cuts it to deep backward point, and they get 2 runs.
Got to make use of it. If he gives him room today, there's no time to spare him. You got to cut him. St. Paul, you got to come more straighter. Again tries to cut. Yes, misfield. And the crowd loves it. Picks up the single.
The skipper Lameshani will not be happy with that. They need to stop each and every run. It's very important.
Very crucial. 3 runs of 2 balls, and we spoke to the young Sukhdeep, and we spoke about him trying to hit the ball straighter. He's been trying to hit the ball on the leg side, trying to go straighter. He's a powerful hitter if he hangs around, but he's got to play positive. If he's there to hit, you got to hit it.
A lot of responsibility on the young shoulders of Sukhdeep as he opens the batting with Collins. Try and use the power play.
Good start, good comeback from St. Paul. Hit it right on the mark. Sukhdeep faces the ball, good length. He shuffles on the off stump, Steve, so which means he's looking to go that side on the leg rather than looking to go straight. So even if you ball a little bit outside off stump, you'll still contain him. But if you ball on his body, he's quite strong on that area. There you go, fast ball, it goes over the top. Is he going to go for 4? 1 bounce. They ran the first one hard. Look for the second one, and they get 2 runs. As we spoke about yesterday, that's a good start. They're being positive. And it's good now. Today he went straight, he didn't go across.
Good to see the young man prepared to go over the top, chasing a run rate of 8.8 runs per over.
That's good, that start. There's a 2, there's 1, and there's 2. It's positive. Again, cut again. Will they get 2? They ran the first one hard. Can they run for 2? Yes, they did. Sprints very hard. Gets 2 runs. Right on the mark. They're putting pressure on the fielders today. Steve.
Good cricket there by the Kenyans. Sukhdeep just guiding it through the point area and picking 2 runs. There's good intent from the Kenyan batters and good running in between the wickets. That's what you want to see, Kennedy, especially when you're chasing a target of 176 to win.
I like what I see from him. He's positive. The slips is out, the gully is out. Is the slip going to the gully? They are packed up the off stump. It's going to gully. roundish, deepish point or deepish gully. It's point. And managed to remove the slip straight away. They are looking at. They have gone defensive. The Nepalis. Good shot. There to hit. That's bringing the fast over, quite exciting. Everything has got runs, a couple of good balls, and the score is 7-0 after 1. Collins on 3, Sukhdeep on 4. What a start! 176 to win. Got to go a little bit harder. But even if, Steve, you go hard, if you look at it, you land about between 50 and 60 on the first 6, yeah? Or even if 45 for no, you have still done a good job. Then you can accelerate there in the middle. They've got big hitters in the middle. Rakeb, Lucas, Budia. And then somebody to rotate the strike in the middle, Ifan Karim. So they've got everything covered. So it's only they've got to try and accelerate.
And definitely what you're saying is right, Kennedy. Kenya will have to look and get to a target of about 45-50 in the first 6 overs because you're chasing a bigger target. They've been guilty of not using the power play in the past 4 games. So in this game, they have to look to capitalize in the power play. And as we see, Karan Casey opening the bowling from the Forest Road end.
Good bounce. Karan nearly got Collins on the gully. There was intent and a very, very good ball. Extra bounce from Karan. It's harder to hit him over the top, Steve, unless he pitches it completely up. He's a big boy, he bowls hard. Pushes it as quick, a little bit quicker. Sukhdeep has given a good start. At least he got back to ball. That's what you want as an opening batsman. Goal again. No run. Good contact. He's shown the intent very clearly. Good shot for no run.
I like the positiveness of Sukhdeep. Youngster, but looking to express himself.
It will come with experience, Steve. It's going to, if you present a full face, it will go. It's like it's undercutting the ball. So just present a full face, it will go where you want. And it's a new ball. You don't need to go hard. You just need to time it. There's talks everywhere. Sandeep talks to his bowlers straight away. He's told the slips come off. Slip goes to the gully, leaves, and goes to roundish point or point, Steve. Good ball. Good ball. Bambooed the young man. He didn't even give him room, Steve. And that's what I've been saying. The boy is trying to go across. Sukhdeep could have gone more straighter. Very good ball from Sanpol. And Nepal have their breakthrough. The score is 8-1. There was a hint of in-swing there, Steve.
Unfortunately, Sukhdeep gone for 4 runs. Beaten all hands up by Casey Karan. The ball hitting top of off. And that is what the captain would be asking from Casey. Just a little bit of shape outside, hitting top of off.
And those are the small things he will learn very quickly. A new ball, you can't afford to go back. You got to stay half and half. So you got to stay like as if you're rocking on the front foot. So you got to meet the ball in front. If you go behind, it's a new ball. It skids through. It's a little quicker. And Nepal have got the breakthrough they were looking for.
The new batsman, Irfan Karim, walks in Kenya 8 for 1 after 1.3 overs.
It's a tough one. Let's just talk about it. I'll keep on repeating this again. If you're an opening batsman, you got to stay half and half, half in front, because the ball rushes you a little bit quicker. Yeah. So I think he tangled himself by going back, because it was there was no shot at all, neither defensive. Looked like it looked like Karan had bowled a little bit quicker, but it's upon him to come. It's with him to come forward, and in come Irfan Karim. There you go, and that's what you're talking about. If you look at the way Irfan is playing, he's rocking in front, so it's easier for you to middle the ball up, meet it up there. Good positive start. The stadium has gone quiet since it was bowled. There have been no boundaries so far. There's only been twos. Another good ball again.
Karan Casey looking to shape it in back into Karim. That is his natural swing. Moves away from the right-hander, comes back into the left-hander. Picking 2 dot balls already.
And that's what you're saying. That's the difficult angle.
So far he's done well. 1 ball to go in this over. Only 1 run and picked up 1 wicket. As we see a field change, Slips moves out into the point region.
It's creating pressure. Ball was bowled well. They've lost a wicket. He has not given room to Irfan. Bowls it wide. Irfan leaves it well. And finished the very good over from Karan. A wicket. And the score is 8 for 1.
Good crowds in today again. The final match of this T20 series. Fans have come out in large numbers to support their teams. See the Kenyan flag flying there.
It has been very good. 5 T20s. Very, very good. The crowd, weekday, we had a massive crowd. On Sunday, we had an outstanding performance from Nepal, and then the Kenyans came in, and there was huge support from Kenya and Nepal both. And it was a very, very, very good crowd. And it's back, we're having cricket back in the country, and the first series in Nepal. I think it's a good relationship that Nepal is bringing with Kenya, and I hope we'll get more games.
And we see a bowling change from the city end. Adil comes on to replace Sompa, who bowled 1 over for 7 runs.
Let's go, it's a good. And fast ball, Adil to Collins. It's only fast over, Collins is on 4. Good try to go off the top. Make use of his feet, picked up a single, so he's going to use his feet. Didn't give him room. Everything, they're going to want somebody. Sandeep is somebody going on the mid wicket. No. Slips is off. Mid on mid off, or back, not really back, but at 30 yards. Collins has shown the intent. Oh dear, did the ball touch the gloves there? The umpire missed something. As if touch the gloves, you get away straight away 5 runs. Did the ball touch the gloves? It's a good one. 2 balls, 2 dot balls. Are they going to create pressure? Got to move on with it, try and chase it. Don't wait. Change of field placing. mid-on goes down, beg your pardon. Looking for
Quick
a single.
single.
Well taken. And good piece of fielding. And a quick one. So they're bowling a tight line to Collins. They're not letting him freeze him. They're bowling right on the stumps. Good thing now it's going to be a left-hand and right-hand combination. Quick run. There he is. Slow start for Kenya. 3 overs. They've only got nearly 2.3 overs. They've got 9 runs. No boundary. Could go a little bit hard but sensible. A swing and a miss from Karim. And Adil has been on the spot.
You're doing a good job for his captain. So far, 4 balls gone, only 1 run scored off it. This will create pressure on Kenya. Power play overs.
It should be about 15, between 20, 15 runs, 18 runs. You're still doing well. Nepal are ball tight. Good ball, good change of pace. Does he have a luxury to leave the balls which are away from the stumps? Or do you have to get contact on every ball? Very good over. Last ball. Track goes at the top. Goes 1 bounce. 2 bounce. Good piece of fielding. Can they run 2? No. Stick to a single. Fan Canoes end up chasing. And that's the end of a very good over from Adil. And the score is 10 for 1.
You see the technical bench of Nepal there, Mr. Manoj Prabhakar, former India star. And the crowds backing their teams up. It's a good atmosphere in the ground, Kennedy.
It's brilliant. Nice to see this. We missed this for a very long time. Kenyans have not got a chance to play at home. They've got a chance to play at home. It's a rebuild process for the Kenya. But the crowd have been unbelievable. And they've supported both teams, which is very good. The warm heart of Kenyans, which you're very well known for. You have really extended very well to the Nepal.
As we see another bowling change from the Forest Road end, Bibek Kumar Yadav. I think the Nepali captain is not going to let Kenyans settle. He's just rotating his bowlers around so that the batsmen don't get used to one bowler.
It looks like that's what he's doing. So at least you get a chance to have a look, then it changes. Before you have a look, it's changed already. So he's asking you to go straight away.
And Bibek starts with a big wide ball. Good keeping there from the youngster Arjun. Good movement. Saved a definite 4 there.
Saved a definite 4 and good move. Dives well. Stop the ball. The younger is only 19, I've been told. So he's showing some huge. It's a huge prospect for Nepal as a wicket-keeper batsman. Oh, Ifan tickles down and 4 runs. The first boundary comes for Kenya. They needed that boundary. 4 runs from Ifan.
Again, Bibek there strays onto Irfan's pads, and Irfan just turns it around the corner with a short fine in. The ball rolls to the boundary.
And Bibek is there going to find he's going to find a little bit harder because there's got a left-hander and a right-hander combination. So you got to keep on changing your line. There are easy pickings. Easy pickings. If you look at where it goes,
with his line.
Again on the leg. Lucky again to get not to get a boundary on that. It's again spilled on the leg stump. Could have been 4. Could have gone anywhere. It went straight to the fielder, and there's only one person there.
Gets away with it. Just a few meters either side of the fielder. Short fine leg would have been a 4.
Kenya need to accelerate from where they are. If Bue is on 5, if Fan is on 5, got a boundary. And Sandeep is talking to his bowlers. Nearly every ball. Every ball is saying something. Fan goes off the top. 1 bounce. Or 4 runs. No, not yet a 4. I beg your pardon. They ran for 2. 2 runs. Good fielding there. Ran easily for 2 runs. Good fielding from Sampal. Excellent. Fan Karim swings his bat. Swings hard. Gets 2. Side squeeze in 2. Is still facing. He runs hard on the first one. Oh, very close. Nearly a run out. Very, very, very close. But Ifan took off. Fast call. He called quickly and ran as fast as he could.
Good fielding there from the skipper. Charged in onto the ball. There was a chance of a run out. But Irfan survives.
They've got a 4. They've got a 4. Then there's a dot. Then there's a dot. Then there's 2. Then there's 1. Keep in mind there was 1 wide ball. So they're already on 8 runs. Somebody need to accelerate. Is it going to be Collins? Is it going to be Collins or Buya? Or is it going to be Fan Karim? Fan Karim will ask us to play his normal game and ask everybody to rotate around him. Good shot from Collins! 4 runs. That's what they've been looking for. Very good shot. Good change of pace. They're putting a lot of pressure. Bibek is having a lot of pressure. There you go, lands on it. He waited nicely. I said yesterday he was only waiting on the back foot. Today, he's prepared to go on the front foot. Cuts it again, but cut it straight to the fielder. Good shot for nothing. That finish up mixed over of everything. Wide balls, boundaries. And the score is 22-1. Collins is timing it well, Steve, today.
Yeah, he's looked positive. He knows it's a big target they're chasing, and he's a senior player in the team.
That's 1 over. Has brought them to 1 step or half a step in. And back. So Paul, they're rotating. He's rotating his ball as well. Picks up, gets the gap, good fielding, gets 1 run. It's a good one and a good dive also. Just stop it for 1. Good one. The other over was quite productive for Kenya. They got more than 12. So if they keep that momentum, it's going to be very, very, very good. Good one. Again, they picked up another single. Because they are attacking, it's making the bowlers hang on to the 30 yards. So it's easy if there's a good ball, then you get a chance to pick a single.
And Collins and Karim doing it well, rotating the strike. At this stage, you don't need dot balls. Keep rotating the strike, and the boundary ball will present itself.
24. We were looking at them to be at this stage. They were looking to be at around 30, so they're about 6 runs short. Can they accelerate from here? Ones, twos. If you just play a normal role, for boundary present, you take it. Otherwise, keep on waiting for the bad ball. Collins will keep on attacking. Or left from the front. Good ball. Some ball, good areas. The opening bowlers for Nepal have been doing a very good job. All through the series, they bowled nicely. They've given nothing away. They bowled tight. Ifan goes off the top. Tries to cut it round. Is he going to go for 4? Yes, it is. 4 runs. Ifan can open the face. Gets a crucial boundary. Show that the Navy, they are going to force it. That's what Nepal wants. On Paul, there was no room, but Ifan created the room. 4 runs.
Good intent there by Karim. Double stepping. Plays it over point. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 onto the ropes. Very good to see from Irfan.
It's positive. That's what I'm saying. So if it's once you squeeze in a boundary, then you play a little bit normal. Get against spills on the... Oh, it gets a free run. There was no need for that at all. There was no run. Ifan really took off. Collins said no. Ifan said wait. They're giving each other like, wait, you should have called nicely. Ifan positive. He played a wild throw. Squeezed in a single. They got to keep on going closer and closer, get closer to the target. It becomes much easier. Good running again. Oh, good piece of fielding. They've been doing a good job. That's it. Another good over for Kenyans. And the score is 30-1 after 5.
Kenya at the moment going at a run rate of 6 runs per over. The required rate was 8.8.
Interesting. What a start. Mixed bag, wicket. Couple of runs. Back to Karan again. It's come to get it right. Karan to Collins. It. And as I take a small break, I welcome Charu to continue with Steve.
Kenya 30-1. Karan comes back for his second over. Fast ball. Collins just drops it at short mid wicket, picks a single. As we welcome Charu back. Kenya 31-1. They've dropped behind the required rate. They're going at 6 runs per over when the required rate was 8.8 per over.
Well, the good news, Steve, is that there's only 1 wicket lost. And both these, Collins, Aboya and Irfan, are getting along well. They're taking all the runs they can get. No big hits, mind you, yet. In the gap. And I do have to admit that, yes, they've given an extra run here and there because of their enthusiasm in trying to break down the wicket. But Nepal has fielded really well. They're throwing their lives on the line.
Yes, they've done that throughout the series. I'm really impressed by their ground fielding. And when you look at their team, it's full of youngsters, early 20s. So easy to move, quite agile. And looking at the power play overs, the skipper has rotated his bowlers around very well. He's not allowed one bowler to bowl more than 2 overs. So it puts the batsman on the back foot. As we see the crowds at the Nairobi Gymkhana out here to support their teams in the final game of the T20 series.
Karan, the only wicket taker so far, Karan Casey. Big boy, again, couldn't really get to show much with the bat in this final T20. Maybe he will in the one days that are to follow. But he has bowled reasonably well. Bends his back. Oh, flirting with that. Kareem a little lucky not to get a thin edge. Does get a fair amount of bounce. He bowls those hard lengths, does Karan.
Yes, he does. And this occasion, beating the outside edge of Kareem with that extra bounce. Bowls his heart out for his team.
One of the older players, Karan Casey, 31. There's Gyanendra Malla, who was the top scorer today, 59 from 45. He's 36. The rest all very young, as you were saying, Steve. Just a little too straight. These are the kind of deliveries that, knowing you have 176 to make, you probably want to throw a big bat at it. Try and swing big for a pull, because it was short. But Kareem, I don't mean to be critical, is a batsman in the classic mold, and he likes going back and then just on the back foot turning it to maybe fine leg, square leg for the single. They're useful runs, and he looks good. But you do need some big hits, Steve.
Definitely. Even though he's a touch player, at times you need to go a little bit hard, especially with the ball straying onto your pads, with no fielders down in the deep.
Going down leg, that could also, no. Well fielded again from deep square. That was a bad ball by Karan. Should have been sent away for a boundary. However, 6 gone, power play up in Kenya. A 35 for 1. Not too many runs, but fortunately, just 1 wicket lost. So I still think it's in balance there, Steve.
Yeah, with the 1 wicket lost, I think Kenya can look to consolidate in the middle overs and then try and go big, maybe after the 12th, 13th over.
Yep, it's always the most important decision in T20. When do you start going big? And of course, a lot of that has to do with how many wickets do you have in hand. Kareem's done well. Irfan Kareem's on 16. Colin Zaboya has been there longer, is on 14. He too hasn't really been able to get away. There was that outside edge of the bat, went for 4. What about the bowling so far, Steve?
The bowling has been good, apart from Vivek, who strayed on the pads, gave a couple of wide balls. I think the first 6 overs Nepal have bowled well. Their seamers have done a good job for the captain.
And the captain is on. The leggy extraordinaire. He's the highest wicket taker in the T20 series so far. By far. Picked up a 5 for 9 last time around. Oh, very short. Should have been put away. Cracked away. But it was the first ball, so Colin Zaboya a little careful. Sandeep and all of Nepal will be a touch disappointed that they got Vivek Kumar Yadav back into ball, but he wasn't on the mark. Sneaker single. And although it was well fielded, but a stumble allowed that single. The Nepal fielders are really running very smartly, trying to stop those runs. You can see so much energy. I'm sure the coach, Manoj Prabhakar, will be most pleased. And supporters of Nepal cricket, wherever they're watching in Nepal, thank you for joining us on whatever instrument, television or other devices. Thank you indeed. Just a shade short to begin with, Sandeep.
Allowing the batters to go on the back foot. Kareem this time just tapping it along the ground to long on for a single.
Watch out for the googly. The top spin. The ball is wobbling all over the ground. Not easy to do the one-handed pick up and throw because you'd rather be just behind the ball, making sure you don't give more runs away, because that's risky. The ball does wobble a bit on this ground. I'm sure they'll roll it better. The ground will be better and better, the outfield, as more matches are played here, Steve.
Yeah, it hasn't been used at the international level for some time now.
In the gap now. This is a two's possible right here. Here's the pickup. Sompal did very well from long on, came racing in.
Again, good work there in the field by the Nepalis, realizing how important it is to save each and every run.
Genuine leggy from outside leg coming in, and Colin Zaboya very watchful. A nice over by Sandeep, just 4 off it. 7 gone, 39 for 1. I'm afraid, Steve, they're beginning to fall well behind in terms of the asking rate. And even though these two seem to be going comfortably, but their strike rate still, if I may use the term, poor for a T20. And I don't know when the gloves are going to come in from the dugout with fresh instructions about at least one of them pushing on already.
Definitely, yes, and the two of them are senior players. I think one of them has to realize that I need to take a risk. It's risk versus reward, especially when the run rate is going down. You know, you don't want it to start climbing to 9, 10, to 11 runs per over.
Even if one of them goes on to, say, reach 40, and you've taken 45, 50 balls over it, it's not going to help the team because you've eaten up too many deliveries. The guys who come in next are always going to be under pressure, won't have time to settle. As Adil comes back, he did bowl 1 over from the commentator's end. Now he's coming back from the other end. Oh no! There was that stumble, the opportunity was there. That was no run because it went on the bounce. Oh boy. He had only one stump to aim at, but he was wobbling when he threw.
But a chance goes begging. There was an indecisive there call between Collins and Karim. Chance of a run out.
I think it was Dipender Singh Irie who came racing in, but he was stumbling while he threw off the mark. But the batsman was gone by a mile had he struck directly. Colin Zaboya trying to give him the charge, and that's not such a bad ploy, just to throw him off a bit, but again, high on the bat, only a single, despite that adventure. And finally the boundary that Kenya were looking for. Went to the back foot, had plenty of time, found the gap, no fielder there. And that should warm the hearts of those in the Kenya dugout. And of course the supporters here at this wonderful Nairobi Gymkhana ground.
Good shot there from Karim. Adil just straying way outside the off stump. And Karim jumps onto it, smashes it through point for a boundary.
Well, again, a lot of batsmen would have pulled that. And Karim content to just turn around the corner for a single. Turning out to be a better over for Kenya. After 8 overs, and we're about to get there, Nepal was 65 for 1. Kenya, 19 runs behind already. Long off should make sure it's only a single. Karan Casey runs a few steps to his left. Continues to be a good over for Kenya. Irfan, thanks to that boundary, now on 24. Again, turns it around very smartly now. Deep square. Should make sure it's only one. 9 runs off that over. Much better for Kenya. 8 gone. Kenya 48 for 1.
Again, as we see the crowds still coming in to watch this last game of the T20 series. It's like a final. Both teams tied on 2-2 wins each.
Isn't that exciting, Steve? So much action here at the Nairobi Gymkhana. 4 matches. Nepal won. Smacks it away. There is a cover sweeper. Should be only 1. Nepal won the first. Kenya came back, won the second. Nepal won the third. Kenya came back and won the fourth, which was a bit of a miraculous win because they got only 1-0-1 and you thought Nepal would walk all over that score. But they fell a few runs short. The pitch, of course, was particularly tricky in that 4th match. And here we are, 5th and final ODI. 2 teams locked to all, everything to play for. Nepal winning the toss. They said they'd bat first. It worked well for them. Got 175. A lot of work for Kenya to do. Smacked away. Oh, gets the umpire, would you believe it? Tried to get out of the way. Bring on the fizzy umpire. Smacked away. Oh, gets the umpire, would you believe it? Tried to get out of the way. Bring on the physio, come on. Where's the ball?
Yeah, saves runs for Nepal.
Dipendra Airi gives only 1. A lot of running around for the fielders to do, as always happens when there's a left-right combination. Scurrying around various parts of the ground for the right-handed Obuya. There's a short third. And backward point to fields.
Still not getting those gaps, Colin Obuya. Playing the hard shots, but straight to the fielder.
3 on the offside inside the ring. Just a short fine inside the ring on the leg side. Otherwise, only boundary runners. Big gaps on the leg side. Oh, well bowled. The wrong on. Colin Obuya making room for that shot on the offside. Got caught a bit.
The skipper doing an excellent job. 1 ball to go. Only 4 runs scored in this over.
Another very useful over by the skipper, Sandeep. I'm sure he'd love to grab a wicket or so. Not happened yet. Oh, well done. Nice full face of the blade. Only a push though. Nothing aggressive there. Good for a single. Sandeep says, take it easy with the throw here, guys. 5 off that over. Kenya 53 for 1.
And at this rate, Charu, singles will not hurt Nepal. Kenya need to try and look for boundaries. Nepal will be happy if Kenya keep on scoring with singles.
Well, let's see who they go to now, Nepal, because they need to also rotate their bowlers very carefully. Colin Obuya to the left and Irfan Karim even taller. Both are very tall. Irfan about 6'3", 6'4", maybe. Big boy. Also keeps, one of the taller keepers. The Kenyan flags are flying higher than Nairobi Gymkhana, but their team needs to make a move on. The dugout seems fairly relaxed, but each one of the batsmen there will know they're well behind the asking rate. And secretly it must be urging the 2 men at the crease to push it along a little quicker. Looks like Adil will get 1 more over. He's unbelievably just 19, Mohammad Adil Alam. There are quite a few 19-year-olds in the team, and Dev Khanal, who unfortunately hasn't played, I think he's the 12th man, he's in the field, is only 17. Cut away straight to backward point. The throw could have come in, but had it not struck, it would have certainly given some runs away because of the overthrow.
And this is quite good exposure for the for the Nepal players, giving the younger players a chance to play in a tournament like this, international cricket.
Without doubt. In fact, quite a few have travelled extensively this year. Sandeep Lamichhane was telling me they've been busy since January, travelling to various countries around the world. That's what Kenya needs to do now, again.
Yeah, definitely as we come back into the international arena, the Kenyan players will need more games, play more games. The more you play, the better you become.
Exposure internationally is invaluable. Once again to backward point, and once again Irie fields while he's such an important part of this team, and yet again he decides not to take a shy because there's no cover there. You'd give a run away. Couple of run out possibilities here. Kareem's lucky that they're not taking a shy. Well, that's the field. Nairobi Gymkhana in the background. Two men on the offside for Kareem, and 2 men on the leg, a mid wicket and a short fine. Oh, is that taken? Yes, it is. Kareem will walk. Went for that scoop. Well, missed it. It will not look pretty. But he had to do something to get out of this lack of boundaries. Went for the scoop. Maybe he chose the right ball. I don't know. But it thin tickle to the keeper. Kareem walks.
And that's like, unlike Kareem, rarely plays these kinds of shots. But I think it's because of the pressure that he's building up. Not too many runs on the board, lagging behind on the run rate, so he had to opt for an option of playing the deal scoop.
Well, Arjun Saul with a good catch behind the stumps, diving to his right. Well done, and Nepal do pick up their second wicket. Kenya 53 for 2.
As Nepal picks the wicket of Kareem, in walks Rakeb Patel, the man who's been on form for Kenya.
Well, Kenya might be wishing he'd come earlier because he got a fine tournament high 73 not out a couple of matches ago. And if he can do anything like that today, then Kenya will still think of overhauling the 175. They need to get 176. And time is beginning to run out, almost at the halfway stage now, Steve. If they get, say, even 60 in the 10 overs, they need to get 117 in the next 10. That's 12 and over from now on. Well, that's going to be rare.
That would be a mountain to climb. Once the run rate goes over 10, goes 11, 12 runs per over, it means you've got to try and look for 2 boundaries in an over.
Since you mentioned mountain, Steve, let me quickly add. For Kenya, it's not going to be Kilimanjaro. It's going to be Everest to climb. So you've got to be in a slightly different level of ability. By the way, I look forward to climbing Kilimanjaro soon. Maybe next year if all goes well.
Wow, that would be nice.
We'll take you along. Single's always on. The throw comes in and it shouldn't have been there. But I suppose if you have a good backup, you can take that shy. Remember Irie in the previous over not taking the shy.
And straight away Rakeb Patel gets off the mark with a single.
How much is Adil getting a third over here. Oh, big swing and a miss by Collins Abuya. And I don't mind that because he's been there too long now. He has to power on. Sandeep Lamichhane and all of Nepal somewhat fortunate that they're squeezing 3 Adil overs here. He's not their main medium pacer, not by far. Karan Casey and Sompal are the two big boys with the new ball. Oh, again, Collins throws his bat but misses. That did keep a shade low, though. He's got to be watching the ball more carefully, Steve.
Good over there to finish by Adil. Kenya 54 for 2 after 10 overs.
Steve Tikolo is going to take a short break. He's been at the commentary box and the microphone for quite a while. And we'll welcome once again former Kenya wicketkeeper Kennedy Obuya, who's joining me now. I don't have very good news for you, Kennedy, because your team needs to score 113 runs in the next 10 overs. It's been done, I suppose, before, but it'll take a lot of doing.
Don't leave your seat. Stay on your TV set. Whatever device you have, just stay in there. There's Rakeb Patel, who has been outstanding with the bat. If he does accelerate well here, from here, he can turn the game on. So it still can be done.
I agree. Sandeep Lamichhane coming for his third over. Oh, up in the air. Didn't quite get to the pitch of that. That should be taken. And is safely. That ends, to my mind, a very important part of the Kenya chase. Rakeb Patel dancing down, trying to get a big one off Sandeep off the first ball of this next over. Holds out to long on. Good catch by Pawan Saraf.
And that's a disappointing part of. We could have taken a little bit of time. He's the main bowler. He's the main batsman. He played him last time. Played him well. He was watching the ball. He watched first 2-3 overs, and then he went after the next bowling. That brings the end of Rakeb Patel, and the score is 54 for 2. It was not there at all. Not there. Look at where the ball landed. Not there again, but a good catch. Blocked the sun.
Also called aloud for it.
Yeah, good catch from Pawan.
Yeah, the ball was a bit of a half-tracker. And had he not danced down the... Well, I mean, it's too late now, isn't it? Had he not danced down the track, he would have pulled it quite handsomely. Because it was a half-tracker by Sandeep.
Despite time, you can't just come and just go take at least 3-4 balls. You can recover very well. Rakeb quite disappointed. But it's the way it is. Now the rest of the guys got to try and do the job. And the slip is back.
Well, I did mention that the end of Rakeb is a very important angle to this match. Oh, the googly, no, well down leg. Just a half appeal. Without Rakeb, I'm suggesting here, and I hope, of course, that I'm wrong. It's always nice to be proved wrong. That this is now too tall a mountain for Kenya to climb. Pull was short. The kind of delivery that Rakeb got out on because he gave it the charge. But the pull was on had he stayed back.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's what I'm trying to say exactly. Don't rule anything out. Yesterday we thought 100 runs was too little. They defended it. Today, 175.
Too much.
Cricket is a funny game. Sure. It's a very funny game.
Tosses it up. Top edged again. Who comes in from deep mid-wicket? Will he reach there? He does! Another valuable wicket there. Sachin trying to play across. Got the top edge. Good catch running in from deep mid-wicket. And Kenya now having the task of accelerating, are not doing it too well. Fetches from well outside off.
And that's the trouble that I'm having. I don't understand why they're attacking him. He's one of the main bowlers. You can nudge him around and look to attack the other side. You've just lost a wicket. Take at least one over. Rebuild a little bit. You can't chase it in 2 balls or in 3 balls. Next to impossible. Nudge him around, get a wicket. And that brings the end of Sachin. And the score is 55 for 4. Where do they go from here? Nehemiah Odhiambo comes in. Collins has been on 21 of 10 overs. He's not